So I guess it's pretty decent. Granted, these days, I don't think people want things to last this long. They're like, ew, I'll bet that chair's been places. I mean, like, no, not really. Like I said, it's been disassembled and in storage. So, but it's good. It doesn't support my back. I need, like, this. And I also need, what do I need? What do I require? I'm gonna put on this hat. I don't want anybody to think I'm Zot. Because though I'm not Zot, I do sometimes play Zot on TV. You know, playing Zot would be like Sheldon Cooper on Big Bang Theory imitating Little Sheldon. It doesn't make sense to do that, right? It's like, I'm not that kid anymore. Granted, I remember everything that kid did, I'm pretty sure. I'm probably his biggest fan. So, I should be the head of the fan club, but I'm too dysfunctional. I'm hoping to someday get back on stage, get back on TV. I like when I get back to things. You know, I was programmed by America to believe that that is heroic. It's supposed to be. When you get thrown off your horse and get back on and ride wherever you're going, that's what you're supposed to do. Even a Batman fan will tell you that. You know, why do we get knocked down? To pick ourselves back up. Isn't that what Master Bruce and Alfred are talking about? Falling down and picking yourself back up. Yeah. What are we talking about? Oh, there it is. I told you I doxed myself, right? Oh, I don't think this is gonna work. I'll try it though. I think I need a better video card for this trick to work. But I could be wrong. Let me see here. This one. Is it working? Alright. Well, that's better. Because I think that takes up... I think the display capture takes up more system resources. But, you know, it always works. The window doesn't always work for me. It's like I try to use the window as much as possible because it consumes less system resources. And management of resources is important because of scarcity, is it not? Like CPU cycles on this system, they are scarce. Scarcity applies to everything. Even money, especially money. That's the whole science of microeconomics. The scarcity of it all. I know, I got a C in that class. That was like the only time in my life I was subscribed to the Wall Street Journal, like, 'cause I had to be. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I just don't care to know that much about business. It's like too much information. I don't need that, thanks. Although, you know, there are bits and pieces that are like, you know, that's the way the news is. My old man read the newspaper, usually had one, like a new paper every day. Usually cleaned his marijuana on it. Like they had back in the day, cannabis had a lot of seeds and stems, you see. Perhaps you've heard that famous Cheech and Chong, no stems, no seeds, that we don't need, that Acapulco Gold is, and then sounds of toking some badass and in a lower tone decibel weed. Yeah, lots of stems and seeds, and he cleaned them on his newspaper. What a freaky combination, huh? I'm gonna smoke some dope and get stupid and read the news. Hey, you know what? He was the smartest guy I've ever known. Because he read the newspaper every day. And he could tell you what he read that day. Like, maybe not everything, but definitely the headline news. That's for fucking sure. Like the time he tried out for Jeopardy and got every question on the board. And they still didn't put him on the show. Because he was crazy looking. Because he couldn't manage his chronic pain properly. Yeah, that's real fair. Way to apply yourself, old man. I'll bet you really appreciate the fact you were a daily newspaper reader your entire life, huh? Not so much. The one skill that you got out of it, being a Jeopardy contestant, and you can't even do that because you're too disabled by your injuries. That's a shame. I only saw him properly medicated a few times in my life. And some of those times were right before he passed away. He passed away yesterday. I tweeted about that. Yeah. This is so much work, and I don't care to look at things because it makes my neck hurt. I wonder what I can do. I guess I can take my time. I've already been on here an hour. What do, you know? I have standards, but they mostly pertain to what I produce, not how I live, or like who I associate with, or like what political party I support. Give me a break. My preferences are my preferences because I have a lot of experience in those areas. If I don't have a lot of experience in an area, I'm not going to have preferences. I'll probably settle for defaults, but I prefer to review the defaults, and I appreciate a handy little tooltip when I do so, on the computer and in life. You know, I never get any tooltips in my life anymore. I think everybody goes to a website that I don't go to now. I'm out of the loop, because, like, you're all up to date. And you know, I think I was talking about that in my list of 5 things. You know those little lists I've been posting? 5 things you might know or might not know, whatever, is essentially what they are. Because I've noticed that people, all types of people, like lists of interesting things. Just browsing a list of interesting things that are related by some common theme. Usually just for amusement, but sometimes these lists are even useful in one's own life, if applicable. Alright, and so that's what I've been trying to do, and I stick with the number 5, because, well, hey, that worked out cool. Now you see me, now you don't. Okay. Hollywood special effects. Got quite a budget here. You know, I swear to God, I get so many urges. Like right now, I just wanted to say we got quite a budget here on Video Games and More. Except I would have said it more like here on Video Games and More. But like, I just had to suppress that because this ain't Video Games and More. This stream that I'm making that you're watching isn't Video Games anymore. I still felt like saying it though, because it feels good. You ever tried it? Saying things like, you know, we got another action-packed episode. See, now I'm gonna fuck up because I'm thinking about it. I have to be natural, and that's, you know, when people say clear your mind, what they could also say is act natural. That's what I'd rather say. Because we're always fronting. Everybody's a poser and they're fronting. And right now, they're trying to discipline me. And they have no right to. And I'm willing to be disciplined in my own weird disabled kind of way. But be fucking reasonable. You know the police have had my belongings since May. I got some SD cards in there that I need to get work done. Like, in my life. And in my career. You know? So, I'm willing to wait. I understand how things are supposed to be and how things operate. And, you know, there's no other way for me but to just wait until the case is closed. You know, but, can we hurry up and close the fucking case already? Like, I think that a kindergartner could ascertain that I was civil disobediencing. And I want to know what the penalty for that is, because that took some guts. And that took some gonads, some balls, some testicular fortitude, some intestinal fortitude. That took some guts. Let's stick with that. I gots the guts. They're not Sony guts. They're human guts. I have guts. Because I did the death threat thing against Cox. They're a multi-glomerate corporation based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia is also the home territory to Ted Turner Broadcasting. A very big name in broadcasting, you see. And as such, I'm not certain if Cox and Comcast are still competitors or if they merged. Because when I inspect their network up close, it looks as though they're merged. So there must have been a commercial merger, I'm assuming. They used to be quite fierce competitors. You know, Comcast was kind of an oppressive force using capping. Okay? That's like capping your uploads and downloads, or the amount of transmitted data for that matter. And if you go and get an overage, right, then you might get charged or reprimanded or something. You might have some splaining to do, Lucy. But we love you. You better start splaining right now. Because I gotta be to work. We got a gig tonight. That was my impression of the husband of Lucille Ball on I Love Lucy. What was his name? Ricky Ricardo? Did I get that one? I think that was his name. Oh, Lucy. Aye. What are we gonna do with this one? Okay, what are we talking about? Did I finish the story about the news media guy? My mouth is totally dry. Aww. It's the last of my watered down Monster. I'm gonna go get a fresh Mountain Dew. And I need to take a break. I feel overwhelmed. I've been doing this an hour already. Let's play some video. I got lots of video to play. Let's recap things, if you don't mind. I'll turn off my microphone, start